Okay, so first things first, I'd like you just to find a comfortable seated position, just for tune in a little bit. Now, it is rainy today, and days like that can impact our mood nationally and personally, particularly when it stretches on for months. But we're going to try and focus on the present moment and remind ourselves that behind those clouds is the sunshine. And I want to extend that as a metaphor, also towards a sense of gratitude, because I think essentially if we were to sort of really think about what we have, not what we don't have, but what we have, we would have a long list of things that we're grateful for. But often things get in the way, things come up and they stop us from really kind of appreciating that. So similarly to how the sun always shines even though there's clouds, I'd like us to kind of think about that kind of inner sense of gratitude of, oh wow, my feet work, or oh thank goodness my hair isn't falling out. Just those really basic things that we quite often take for granted and overlook. And it's not until our teeth start falling out or our hair starts falling out that perhaps we look back and go, oh, perhaps I should have enjoyed that more when I had it. So we're going to be working through this sense of kind of not waiting to be told that, oh, you're happy now, or waiting for a day when we'll feel happy, but actually kind of living happiness in the present moments. And repeat that phrase a few times. A little anecdote about Leo Fox is very sweet. Sometimes just completely out of the blue, he'll just go, happy. And I think at first I was like, that's random, what are you saying that for? But it's such a lovely illustration of the fact that we don't have to have any kind of sense of waiting or build up or occasion in order to say we're happy, right? It is actually kind of accessible to us here and now. So we're going to start in child's pose. If you'd like to bring yourself into a child's pose. So if you're feeling a bit sort of unstuck in the knee area, you can put a cushion. I'm going to very quickly wrap a blanket just to demonstrate, and you can just pop it in between your thighs and your calf muscles, and that will soften pressure in the knees. And your cushion will work, your blanket will work, your jumper will work. And if you want to have your knees together or apart, that's up to you. Sink your heels and your hips back towards your heels, and then just come to place your forehead on the mat. And allow yourselves to breathe in and just pick any part of yourselves. Can be completely random. Something to feel grateful for. I'm so glad for my fingernails this morning. And as you breathe out, I want you to feel that sort of part of your body just heavy down into the earth. So about 80% focus on this activity. Perhaps 20% of you is still slightly buzzing or nibbling from wherever you've just been this morning, wherever your mind has taken you or your body. And as we come through, you want to inhale and focus on a different part of your body that you're grateful for. Different part of yourselves that you're grateful for. Draw that connection in towards that part of yourself with that breath in, and then as you exhale, let that part of you heavy once again down into the mat. So we're doing a slightly different style body scan. Inhale, move your focus to another part where you feel gratitude, what you feel grateful for. And again, be playful, be slightly childlike, and have a sort of explorative attitude towards this. Exhale and let that part of yourselves just heavy into the mat. Feel it make good contact with the earth. You are this. One more time. Inhale. Feel that sense of gratitude building in that part of your body towards that part of yourselves. And exhale. Let that part of yourselves just drop down. So it could be that that part of you is not making direct contact with the earth, but you can feel it heavy down towards the earth. Lovely. Then we're going to inhale and walk up. So if sitting on your heels is uncomfortable, which I notice for some of you, you can do this next part of the practice with your legs crossed. So just decide for yourselves where you want to be for that. And then we're going to draw the arms up. If legs crossed is also uncomfortable, extend the legs away from you. Now we want to draw the breath in. Just place your palms on the belly. Inhale and fill the belly with breath. Just bring your focus now to the belly breath. And exhale. Inhale, one more time, belly breath here. And then exhale. So on the next inhalation, we're just going to lightly float the arms up. They're quite aimless up here. They're just kind of hanging and floating in the air. And exhale. So the next time you inhale, we're going to turn towards your left and see if you can feel the turn around your navel in the belly button. Exhale, draw back to the center. Inhale, once again, initiate that turn from the navel center. So draw the navel in and really almost imagine exhale center. Repeat this a couple of times, that you're kind of massaging the abdominal area using everything you've got in there. Inhale, so you draw your belly button in, the little layer of fat around the belly there is useful because it's there to massage the organs. Inhale to the side and exhale to the center. Do it in your pace and just focus on that very small rotation. So you probably won't be looking to the back of the space. You might not even be looking much to the side of the space, but you're just heating up through that abdominal area. When you're ready, you can allow your palms to come down by the side. Then inhale, draw the right arm up into the air and cross it over to the outer side of your left knee, whether your knees crossed or you're sitting on your knees. And then gently, we're going to come into a gentle twist. So we can move that left hand behind you. And then take the gaze, keep the gaze quite low. And see once again whether you can start to inhale and exhale with the belly breath and massage your belly, your lumbar spine as you come into this twist. So really feel this heat building as it builds up in the navel area. Inhale, lift out of your pelvis, grow long in the spinal column, and exhale. Soften the gaze and smile a bit, be kind to ourselves. Lovely. Inhale, draw back to center, and then we're going to come into that in the opposite direction. So when you're ready, inhale with the left arm this time, up and exhale it over. So the longer length you get in your arms, the better you get at creating more space for the twist. Inhale the right arm back behind you, let the fingertips drop down so that you can feel your spine growing taller and longer. So if my palm is just here, I keep a little bit rounded in my thoracic spine. If my palm goes behind me, I can push through my fingertips and lift my thoracic spine, which is about where our bra straps land, ladies, and your chest rises up. So bring that feeling back to the belly, the focus on the breath in the belly, that heat building in the twist. And again, perhaps you're at about 80% focus on your breath, and you may be noticing areas that are slightly uncomfortable. Now is the time for reconciliation with those spaces. So we're going to try and breathe into those spaces and just ask them to release a little bit of that tension that they're building up. If you feel something needs to move, then please move it, be intuitive. Come back towards the center. So if your legs are crossed, I'd like you to extend your legs out in front of you. If you're still happy on your knees, then stay there. So we're going to come into something a bit like a fish pose. Just walk the palms back, fingertips pointing towards the heels. Inhale, once again, we're opening up through the chest. Keep the chin tucked, don't let the neck just drop back. And bring back to the belly breath. A nice heat with your inhale. Breathe in that sense of gratitude to the fact that you can take this nice big leisurely breath. And as you exhale, feel yourself heavy to the earth beneath you, and perhaps lift your gaze a bit, but once again, don't drop your neck. Don't crunch that space behind your skull. Lovely. So if you want a little bit more and just sitting on your heels, you can slightly lift up your hips too. Stretching a little bit more along the front of the thighs and the quadriceps. We're also strengthening through the arches of our feet here and stretching through the front of the ankles. Okay, so we're going to release from that now. If you had your legs extended in front of you, just draw your knees together until you come into all fours. So we're going to extend the right leg behind us and really just push out so that you feel that you're really getting rid of anything that was building up there. So this thing oh, I've really neglected looking after all these depleted areas for a week since I last did yoga. I'm sorry about that, my lovely knees and ankles, but now I'm with you, okay? Now I'm going to pay attention to you. Now I'm going to foster a positive relationship towards you. Okay, lovely. Now we're going to step that right leg through and want 90-90 in the knees. Inhale, draw the arms up, and exhale towards your left side and let the arms cactus down. With the breath, inhale, draw the arms up, and then exhale right the way through to your opposite side. Inhale, draw the arms up to the center, and then exhale through. So we're back facing your left-hand side, and your right palm comes down the inside edge of your right foot. The left palm, you want to draw a line, so let the left palm blossom from your right shoulder across the chest, and let that left palm float aimlessly up into the air. Think about pushing away with your sole of your right foot and the right palm. Inhale, exhale with a smile, reconnect. Inhale, 2. Exhale. So if you're wondering what's the purpose of this, do you want me to tell you which parts are stretching? Do you want me to tell you which parts are strengthening and where you're increasing flexibility? Or do you want me to tell you that part of the point of this whole practice is to stop questioning the purpose of everything and come into the present moment, to try and read the moment, to try and be here. Let that left arm draw down and inhale, draw up away from your front thigh. So I'd like you to come into reverse prayer with the palms. Once again, you press into the thoracic spine, feel the chest lift, and then just practice how your knee is feeling there, your right knee, and bending and stretching it a little bit until you can come wherever is safe, comfortable, sensible, and a sense of explorativeness into Anjali Asana. So we're getting a really nice long stretch in the hip flexor. Keep the knees drawing together, so don't let the right knee fall out. Sorry, the thighs, the thighs draw together, but the right knee wants to track into this midline of the body. Inhale, look up, let the chest shine towards the sky, so the sense of the sun behind the clouds. This is our best self, shining through all the layers of us that we're just kind of letting peel away with our practice. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Let the palms come down, and now we're going to stretch our leg back to meet our right, and let the knees come a little bit further back, and our palms a little bit in front of our shoulders, so it's not quite an all-fours situation. Push back and let the hips come towards the heels in an active child's pose, and then inhale, keep low, a bit like a frog here, keep your chest low, bend the elbows, and draw forward. And then exhale, push back. So we want to do this on a count of 3. That's quite a nice length. Inhale forward for 3, 2, 1. Lift and look up, and then exhale. 3, 2, 1. Back. Let's do this a couple more times together. Inhale, draw forward. 2, 3. Lift up. It's a bit like a supported up dog. Exhale, draw back. 2, 3. Inhale, draw forward. 2, 3. Now this time, separate your legs and come into Sphinx so that your arms are a bit wider than the mat. If you feel pressure in the lower back, see if you can just widen your legs a little bit more. That should release any pinching. And wriggle your bums out a little bit to also release any tension in the glutes. Inhale, draw and peel the navel away from the earth. Exhale. Okay. Then let yourselves release a little bit out of that back bend. Draw the legs together and then bend the left knee in towards your left glute, and take your left hand and see if you can draw your left heel towards your buttocks. So this is just a nice stretch for your quadriceps. You can choose to gaze over your left shoulder or bring your gaze forward. Release that down and then practice that on the opposite side. Can you feel any difference between the two sides? Okay, and then I'd like you to see if you can take both at the same time. Now this is preparation for bow, but we are not going into bow yet. So keep your forehead relaxed and just draw both heels towards your glutes. Lovely. We're going to press out of that now. Inhale and come up onto all fours. So we're going to lift the left leg up parallel to the earth and extend the right leg forward. Inhale and exhale, bring the knee and the elbow to meet and round back. Inhale, draw forward, lengthen as if someone's pulling you both directions. Exhale, one more time. Inhale and exhale, hold it in the middle. Place your right palm down and step your left palm forwards. Inhale, Anjaneyasana once again. This time, lift the palms up nice and high. Lovely. Exhale, draw the palms down, tuck the back leg, and step back into downward facing dog. So we're just going to walk this dog through a little bit. Left and right, left and right. Then we're going to lift the right leg forward, the left leg forward, pardon me, and lower the right hand. Inhale, draw up, and then exhale, revolving this time towards your right hand side first. Sorry, did we do this side? Pardon me, I can't remember if we did the left side first or the right side first. Yes, I think we did. And then exhale to the center, inhale, draw up, exhale, cactus arms, inhale, draw up to the center, exhale. Left palm to the inside of the left leg, and then the right arm brushes up again. We're coming into that open twist, that nice supported open twist that we did earlier. Inhale, arms just aimlessly lifting, floating into the air. The chest is opening, getting a nice rotation in the spine. Float the palms down and then come into a plank. So extend your right leg, come into Anjaneyasana. So I'm getting myself in a real muddle. Inhale, draw the arms up, and this time I'd like you to interlace the fingers behind the back and draw the fist down towards the back knee. Lean into the front knee and engage with that nice stretch in the right quadricep. Inhale, look to where the wall and the ceiling meet. Exhale. Inhale. Nice. Let the shoulders release back. Chest shines forward. Exhale. One more go. Inhale. And exhale. Cool. So now we're going to come into plank. Let the palms release either side of your front foot. Tuck the back toes. Release the left leg to meet the right. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come back onto hands and knees. Extend the right leg away. Check with your palm on the back of your pelvis that your right hip is parallel to the floor. Extend the left arm forwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw in, round the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw in and round the spine. Take the gaze to the navel. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round the spine. Lovely. Now we're going to hold that last time and draw the right knee through. Inhale up into Anjaneyasana. Lifting the arms up, shine the chest forward. Inhale, exhale. Living happiness in the present moment. Why not? Inhale, what's preventing you? Exhale, see if you can really cut yourselves free from what holds you back. Inhale and exhale, lower the palms, tuck the back toes, and push into downward facing dog. Lovely. So this time we're going to practice lifting up with the left leg Lift that left leg really nice and high. And then we're going to draw it towards the left elbow. Inhale, lift back into your three-legged dog. Then you want to draw that left knee to the outside edge of your right elbow, so it's coming into a twist. Inhale and draw back. And with your final step forward, I'd like you to place your front foot down, your back toes are still facing forward, and inhale, draw up into a high lunge. Exhale into warrior two. So I'm going to just turn and face you. Your left leg is in front. Mirror you, left leg is in front. So warrior two, your palms are parallel to the mat. Take your gaze over your front foot. Then I would like you to start to draw circles with your back arm. So you lead forwards towards your front arm. The fourth time, I want you to bring your front arm with you. Draw a nice big circle with both arms and let your front arm, your left arm, come inside the outer edge of your left foot. We're coming into a more extended version of our open twist that we're practicing on our knees. Inhale, exhale. Find the joy in the posture. If you want to take a bind, if that's joyful for you, please do. Inhale. Crown and hips in line with each other. Exhale, one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Why do we find joy in yoga postures? Is it because we have gratitude that we can still do these things? Hop the back foot a little bit shorter and come into your triangle. So remember that your front leg is straight, your heel is in line with the instep of the back foot. Inhale, blossom the left arm up and open. So you want your shoulders to be in line with each other, the crown in line with the hips. Remember that analogy of being in between two panes of glass. Obviously, that's not going to happen. And it sounds pretty rigid as well. And I don't want you to feel rigid. So let's breathe some joy into this posture too. Inhale, smile, why not? Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Let your left palm, your right palm come down and rotate towards the long edge of your mat. And simply bounce your knees so that you feel softness through the legs. And then you can start to feel this kind of transference of focus to your spine. So you want to let your spine slightly bob up and down here. You've got soft knees and you're just gently bobbing your spine. And then let the bobbing just relax a little bit down until you feel a stillness through the spine. You're still soft in the knees, and I'd like you just to gently start to bend the knees left and right. So you'll feel your spine moving with your knees towards the left and towards the right as you experiment with this here. And when you come to your right-hand side, let your body just come down towards that right leg and hold there for a moment. Inhale and exhale. So there's living happiness in the present moment. What feels joyful to you here? What might you need to slightly adapt to make this more joyful? Is it just a question of coming back to your breath to quieten your thoughts? Then draw yourself over to the opposite side, bend the left knee, the body comes towards the left. Enjoy the space that you create when you quieten down your habitual thoughts. You create new pathways, new neural pathways by embracing a different sort of being, a different way of being, a different movement. Inhale, draw your upper body long now, away from the legs, out of the forward fold, and then rotate back to the front of your mat. So your left foot is going to move over to the left side of the mat. Hop your right foot out, so you've got a nice bit of space beneath you. Keep your abdomen strong as you draw up. You want to come to a halfway lift. And then either take opposite elbow and notice which elbow is sort of on top if you like, or reverse prayer. Inhale, lengthen the back,
And exhale, drape down towards your front leg. Imagine that you are pushing a crease in the middle of your mat, out of the mat, just using the strength of your feet. So you feel a good connection with the earth. Your back leg draws back, your front leg pulls forward, and then bring focus to the shoulders and the breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Thank you, feet, for holding me upright. Exhale. Oh, I'm so well connected to the earth. Okay, lovely. We're going to place the palms down on the inside of the front leg and then step the back leg towards the front and inhale, draw up. So you had your right leg at the back of the mat, so I'd like you to keep the weight in your left leg. And inhale, draw your right leg up, externally rotate at the hip and knee goes to the side, and place your sole wherever feels best for you to come into tree. So this version of tree we're going to take is slightly asymmetrical, slightly challenging. I'd like you to drape your top arm over your head, so your right arm over your head, and imagine that you've got a piece of ribbon in your left hand and you're pulling that ribbon away. So you're pulling that ribbon nice and taut. Your hands are really nice and active. Inhale, gaze down towards your left hand. Exhale, take the gaze up to the right hand. Inhale, hopefully feel a stretch through the right side of the body. Exhale, come back to center. Cactus arms, and then reverse that sense. So I'm actually exaggerating. I'm trying to drop my elbow down a little bit too much because it's not quite caught in the camera. If you want to have your right arm lifted up a bit higher here so that you feel a longer diagonal with the arms, please do. So your left hand could be really drawing up to the ceiling too, but still try and keep that sense of a ribbon being nice and taut in between the hands. Good, nice and stable, lovely, beautiful, everyone. Let the arms draw back to parallel with the mat, and then draw the knee back to the center and release down. We're going to take a sun salutation. Inhale, draw up, look up. Exhale, keep the navel strong as you fold down towards your thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop to the back of the mat and come to plank. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, draw the right knee up. Exhale, knee towards the right elbow. Inhale, keep that belly strong. Lift the leg back up and exhale, right knee to the left elbow. Inhale, draw the knee back up. Straighten the leg, and then exhale, let the right foot come in between the palms and inhale up into your high lunge. Let the back heel sink towards the floor to increase the stretch on the hip flexor. Inhale, and then exhale. So we're going to rotate the hips to face the long edge of the mat, and the outer edge of your back foot makes good contact with the floor. So the outer edge of your left foot makes good contact with the floor. Inhale, draw the arms parallel to the earth. Take your gaze over your front foot. So like we did before, we're going to inhale like in a rainbow arch and draw the back palm towards the front. Exhale, let that palm come back. Right, again, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And on the fourth time, the front arm joins in as we draw a big circle with both palms. And this time the right palm comes to the inside edge of the right foot. You keep your right knee bent 90 degrees. Your arm can push against that front right leg. And then inhale, span the chest up and open, shine the sunshine out of your chest. And exhale. So you really make good contact with the outer edge of the back foot, and that will activate the chain of muscles along that leg. Inhale, come back to the belly breath. Exhale. Living happiness in the present moment. What's stopping you? Smile, inhale. And exhale. Take your gaze a little lower and let your left hand draw down. Shorten your stance a little bit. Heel in line with the front heel in line with the back instep. If you want to take yogi toe grip around the big toe, do. But just make sure that your front leg is most definitely straight. And then we inhale and draw up into triangle. Exhale. Inhale. So activate through the left, right waist. Lift your torso away from the earth, but feel aimless about it, sort of light. There's no real purpose. You're just enjoying it. The joy of your movement, the joy of connecting with yourself. Reconcile with yourself. Lovely. Exhale. And then you're going to lower down both palms. And once again, come to the wide edge of your mat. So the toes are parallel, the feet are parallel. And once more, we're going to bend into the leg. So bend into the right knee. But this time, we're going to walk the hands. You may want to come up out of your pelvis a little bit to help come into this. Walk your hands over to your opposite leg and then drape away from your bent knee. So this is really getting space into your ribs and lengthen the side body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So if you do feel that sense of if reconciliation with yourselves is almost like a guilt-producing thing, just say to yourselves, look, I'm here for you now. That's the most important thing. The more often we can bring ourselves to have courage, the more often we can bring ourselves to do the things that feel good, even if we at the first start to associate it with guilt. Soon that guilt will drop away and we just let ourselves enjoy what we're doing because we know it's good. We know it's good to touch in with ourselves. We know it's good to appreciate and have gratitude with what we have. Let's bend into the left knee and walk our palms over to the right and reverse that nice side stretch. So your hips here, you don't want to be leaning too far forward. See if you can get a sense of your hips drawing back. And that will add a bit more counterweight to the stretch. You feel like you're lengthening here from your armpit to your waist. Lovely. So now we're going to walk back to the tops of the mat. This time your right foot is still at the top of the mat, but move it right to the right-hand side and hop your left foot to the real left-hand side of the mat too. Once again, inhale, halfway lift. So you can come into reverse prayer or opposite elbow. See if you can take the other opposite elbow, if you know what I mean. Draw the navel in and exhale, drape forwards. Shake your necks out, shake your head out, release your jaw. Lovely. Then you're going to inhale, halfway lift, and step your back foot forwards. You come to the tops of your mat, ready for tree on the opposite side. So this time we're going to take the weight into the right leg. Inhale, draw the left knee up. Exhale, externally rotate from the hip, so the right knee points out towards, the left knee points out towards the left side. And then, so just check, do you see the difference here and here? You can hold quite a lot of tension in your hip without even realizing it. Some of us stand a bit cock-hipped as well. See if you can just draw your left hip to be in line with your right hip. And then also have a moment to think about having your pelvis equal front and back. So perhaps your bum is sticking out slightly. Maybe just slightly roll your coccyx under and get a sense of activating a bit more through the abdomen. Lovely. So let's first of all draw the left palm over the head towards the right. And again, you can have that sense of a long division between your arms. Just remember that this is a slight technical compromise. I'm having my arm bent over my head. But you can have that nice sense of drawing away, drawing along in the body. And you maybe kind of
you might be tempted to think, oh, I'm surprised at myself being able to stand like this on one leg. But it's like that sense of wonder. That is like wonder, isn't it? Wonder at ourselves. That's gratitude. So let's not do ourselves injustice at thinking we can't do things. Let's come into the other way. So this time your left arm comes down towards your left knee. The thing that is nice is if when you drop your right hand over your head, you get a little bit more stretch in the side body, which feels really good to me this morning. If you sit a lot, your spine tends to compress and the side body shortens. So all this lengthening in the side body is a really nice antidote for that. Lovely. Inhale, draw up. Release the legs. So draw the knee back to the center. Release the legs down. So keep your arms up and then come straight into a swan dive. Another sun salutation. Inhale, draw up, halfway lift. A little bit of flexion in the spine. Exhale, step back into plank and lower your body down. Inhale, scoop up, roll over the toes if you're coming, and come into upward dog or cobra. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale from your arms to your navel. So imagine this triangle that connects your arms and your navel. And then exhale from your navel to your legs. So you can picture these two triangles. Inhale from your palms to your navel in that triangular shape. And then exhale. One more breath like that. Inhale. And exhale. Drop down to your knees and walk yourself back so that you come with your knees bent up towards the earth and your soles of your feet are about hip width apart. Keep your knees drawing together, fingertips behind you, underneath your shoulders, point towards your hips, and just practice that little motion that we did earlier, a little bit like the fish pose. Bend through the elbows, lift the chest up. And then on your third time or your fifth time, lift your hips with you into tabletop. Really nice opening, cracking, peeling away through these layers of existence. Embrace these different positions. Inhale, push the earth away from you, lift the hips. You've got a belt around your waist and I'm pulling it up towards the sky. Inhale, stroll through the legs. And exhale, release, draw your knees in towards you, give yourselves a nice all-encompassing hug of gratitude. Lovely. Then lift your toes off the earth and place your fingertips over your toes down towards your heels. You're on your sitting bones, so you are somewhere stable. Your navel is engaged. Inhale. Imagine that navel firing up, and then exhale, just float those legs up into the air. It may be that your knees stay bent. It may be that they go to straight. It depends sometimes on the length of your legs, the length of your arms. Don't criticize yourself. Enjoy the sense that your legs are floating, that your arms are supporting your legs. Find the connections that are positive, that reinforce the sense of gratitude. Let's just cut off those diversions of judgment and criticism. It only leads to cynicism, and we don't need any more of that in the world right now. Okay, lovely. Then we're going to draw the feet together. Now, if you want to with me, just for a little bit of fun, I'm keeping the soles of the feet together, and then I'm going to very gently rock down. Woo! Just a little plant my feet down. So we're in Baddha Konasana. Once again, you place the thumbs of the feet over the soles, the balls of the foot, the thumbs of the hand over the soles of the foot, and you open the feet like a book. So that relaxes your ankles. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, come into a forward fold. So hips are getting nice and eased into here. Inhale, lengthen the spine, draw away from the pelvis, navel in. Exhale, fold forward. Take 3 breaths here. Beautiful. Lovely. Inhale and draw back up, and then just let the legs come to the side so that you can
lean forwards and come to lie with your bellies on the mat. So I promised you this earlier, we're coming into bow pose. So draw the heels up towards the hips, both left and right. So I'm catching my feet from the outside. Then can you draw your knees back together? So you already get this wonderful external rotation through the shoulders that lifts up your chest quite naturally. And if this is enough for you, then this is where I want you to just remain and come back to the belly breath. So in some ways your belly breath is compressed because you're on your belly, but in other ways it's really reaffirming because you can feel it against the earth. If you want to come for a little bit more, inhale, ready yourselves with the abdomen, and exhale, kick into your hands and lift the knees off the mat. And it might only be a few millimeters. That's fine. Depth is not everything. Effort is really important. Inhale, lift, keep the knees drawing together. Exhale. If you feel twinges in your lower back that signal a concern, then come out. One more breath here. Inhale, lift, 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 kick, 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 kick. And exhale, lower the thighs onto the earth and push back into a nice wide-legged child's pose. So nice counter posture there for that back bend. So opening up through the back, it releases a lot of trapped prana, which is our vital force. So you may feel a flush of, woo, I want to move, I want to do, I feel so vital right now. See if you can let that feeling be, even in this still child's pose. Inhale and come up to seated. I'm going to turn to face the front now. And I would like you to extend both legs in front of you. And then hop up the right leg, draw the right knee in and skip it over the left leg. So you can stay with your left leg extended, or you can bend the left knee and make sure though that your right hip comes back down to the earth, so that you're not constantly peeling off the mat. So wherever you are, whether your left leg is extended or folded, we're then going to draw our left arm and catch the right knee with the left elbow. So similar to earlier when we came into that twist, which is a little bit deeper. Inhale and draw the right arm up, shoulder height, bring it to the back of your space. And then once again, get that sense of coming onto your fingertips and lifting up in the spinal column, and take your gaze over towards your right hand side. Inhale and exhale, release and come to the front. So you can keep, if you can keep your knees bent and stack your knees one on top of the other, that's one option, okay? If that's not available to you, you can come into a sort of stacked leg option. So you'd want your right foot on top of your left knee, or if you prefer, you can come back and have your right knee on top of your left leg, which is extended. So just feel whatever is right for you. Inhale, draw the arms up, and then exhale, let the left palm come down the back. We come into cow-faced arms, so the right palm comes up behind, and we reach to bind with that left arm. So taking a hold of the left arm. But if the left arm is unavailable to us, we just grasp onto our tops, okay? Inhale, lift the chest. And then I want you to exhale towards that bent knee and fold forwards. Now this is really nice on the outside of our hips. So see if you can embrace that. Inhale. Hello, depleted hip area. Nice to see you. Thanks for bearing with me. In between now and the last time I checked in with you, I'm really grateful that you're still there, and I'm not surprised you're a little bit achy. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, draw up. And then we're going to lift the right knee and unhook it from the left so that we fall into a Janu Shirshasana type setup. So we have the right knee is now bent, the right sole of the foot, a bit like tree, is on the inside of the left thigh. Now, we're going to go somewhere with this. I'd like you to place your left palm behind you, a bit like we've been doing before, and then inhale, draw the right arm up over the head and come into a nice long stretch. You feel the upper body, again, sort of cracking, creaking open as you lift the hips up away from the floor. Inhale. Exhale, point your left foot away from you. Inhale, push through your left arm, and then exhale, sink back down. And then come, lift the arms up on an inhale, and exhale into a nice soft fold towards your extended leg. Inhale, exhale, and then inhale, draw up. Draw both knees in, and then extend the right leg. This time, hop the left knee over, coming into Matsyendrasana. So you take whichever version of it feels right for you. Hook that knee in, using your elbow. Inhale, draw your left arm back behind you, so it props up the spine and you feel the lift. Exhale, take your gaze to the back of the space. Inhale. Exhale. How does this feel different from your very first twist? Do you feel more connected to yourselves? Do you feel like you know yourselves better? Inhale and exhale. Draw back to the center. So remember your options here. Stack both knees. Extend the bottom leg, or come into a cross-legged position. This time, the right arm comes up, bend at the right elbow, left arm comes from at the bottom, and you find your bind, whether you're taking your t-shirt or your fingers. Inhale, draw your right elbow back, and then exhale, fold forwards. Inhale. Now, it might be that during these sessions, there's some things you find that you're uncomfortable with. I mentioned the word courage earlier. It takes real courage to find the things that we are uncomfortable with, the barriers to our happiness, to face them time and time again. And quite often, as we are habitual people, it's very similar things that cause us to feel blocked from happiness. Inhale and draw up. And then exhale. We're going to extend the right leg and put the left leg in that tree position. Your left arm goes behind you, and you inhale the right arm up, lift the hips, and draw your gaze back towards your back arm. Inhale. But as many people would say, no mud, no notice. We have to become comfortable with what we are uncomfortable with, because that makes it comfortable. If we can do something with what we find, then we are really finding an art in living, an art of coping with our suffering. Let's exhale, lower the hips back down. Lovely. And then we're going to need to come down into, our Janu Shirshasana. So inhale, arms up, and exhale towards your extended left leg. Let the knee draw, the forehead draw down. So wherever you're reaching is absolutely what I want you to feel is the arc of your back body. There is no target. This is aimless. If you were to come to the practice and spend the entire practice in child's pose, if that was the right thing for you, that would be the point, okay? Whatever it takes for you to connect with yourselves. For me, like a cat, I feel like stretching is really important, and moving and just activating all the cells in my body. That's what feels like a really important thing for me. And hopefully it feels important to you. Inhale and draw up. And then exhale, perhaps put another layer on as we come to our Shavasana. So we're going to lie down on our backs, or if you want to choose a different posture, you may even want to just sit in easy seated pose, Sukhasana. I'd like you to draw, this time, 100% focus to your breath. Inhale, and the exhale. So it can be nice to have a slightly kind of like mantra style approach to this. If you think about inhaling, like we did at the beginning, inhale and draw focus to a sense of gratitude. And exhale, let that sense of gratitude find its relationship to your place in time and space right now, so the earth that you're connected with. 100% focus on your inhalation and your exhalation. But it can be, and I said this before, we're artists too, I have probably said this before, it can be that you attach a little bit more meaning to your breath. For some, it's an idea of peace and harmony. Perhaps find something that resonates with you right now. Letting go of guilt, maybe. Guilt is so prevalent in our culture. And although it motivates us, is it really doing us a favor? Or perhaps you just like that pure and simple, easy focus on the breath. Now just appreciate yourselves having a rest, restfulness. We're so restless, we can't settle to something to read, to watch, to talk about. All the time we feel like we need distractions. Gratitude for what we have right now, starting right here and now, is a way to eradicate that sense of restlessness, like there's something else out there that's better than what we have right here and now. What we have here and now is everything. It's all we have. Inhale. Bring your focus to your face. That face that smiles and laughs and cries and speaks and expresses what your emotions are. Feel grateful for your face. Feel grateful that your face has a chance to have a rest and that you don't have to always say and do. Bring focus to your arms that carry and hold and hug. Your arms that are strong, your arms that are flexible. Feel grateful that your arms can do all those things. And also grateful for now that your arms can have a rest and be neutral. Bring focus now to your bellies and all the organs inside your torso, and be so grateful that we can eat and enjoy food, and that we can breathe and enjoy our lives. And that we can have a chance to rest and digest right here and right now. Then bring your focus to your legs and how they carry you, how they dance, how they skip, how they run, how they fold underneath you, how they push you up, how they carry you, where they take you, the missions they take you on, the adventures they lead you on. And be grateful for them. And be grateful that they can have a rest, that they don't have to be busy all the time. Bring your focus to your minds, the way that they think, your imaginations, your thoughts, the knowledge that you have, either from books or that you've built up from experience. Be so grateful for everything that you hold in your minds, for your memories, for your treasured moments. And then be grateful that your mind can have a rest. Draw your knees into your chest. Move through your ankles to let your toes draw circles in the air one way and then the other. Perhaps do the same with your knees. And then exhale, come over onto your side. Inhale, gently draw up to a seated position. Cross your legs. And perhaps take a moment to seal somewhere in you, to really feel that sense of gratitude. The sun that's always shining behind the cloud of doubt and cynicism. Namaste, and thank you so much for joining this practice this morning. Hopefully it will be possible to join together again soon.